What's up, everyone? It's Denise Salcedo, and I'm here with the big Bronson Reed. Bronson, how are you? I was about to ask you this. Jinx, you owe me
I'm going to say the same thing. Jinx, you owe me a Coke, but yeah.
All right, so we're just on the same wavelength here. Bronson, it is so nice to see you back here in WWE. It's funny because when I saw you, I'm like, man, when I think back to some of our past interviews, it was like, oh, WWE NXT. Oh, then he's somewhere else. Oh, now we're talking there. Oh, now he's back in WWE. So it's sort of been this journey. I want to talk to you about making your return to WWE, how it felt to kind of get this second opportunity.
You know, it's something I think that was coming. When I left WWE, there was a lot of things I didn't get to do. Obviously, I wasn't a part of any main roster brand. I wasn't able to go to a Raw or a SmackDown like I intended to do. So now that I'm back, I've been able to have a pretty good first year in Monday Night Raw. And now from here, 2024, I'm getting to do things like the Royal Rumble, hopefully WrestleMania, all those big events. So it's exciting to be back and part of WWE.
You know, you mentioned there was a lot of things that you didn't get to do when you left WWE. When things didn't go down the way that you wanted them to. Yeah. Were you at all worried that you weren't ever going to have those moments?
Of course, you know, sometimes you question yourself and what you do. But I was lucky enough to have a message from this man right here, Shawn Michaels, two-time Royal Rumble winner. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. He messaged me. He said, "Keep doing what you're doing. Go out there and prove them wrong." So I did that. I made sure to become a big fixture of New Japan Pro Wrestling, beat a certain man who's everyone's talking about at the moment, and it got eyes on me again. And then when the time was right, Triple H gave me the call, and I came back.
Man, that is really freaking cool. And now you've been out there, you've been showing people, who you are, and you've had some really great matches on Raw. Which have been some of your favorites so far?
I think for me, it's all the big man matches that I've had. So, my clash with Ivar, my match with Otis, but also probably the Intercontinental Championship match I had with Gunther as well. So they've been my favorite ones.
Yeah, and like at this point, it's one of those things where you're just like, you go out there and it's so fun because meaty men going out there doing big, meaty, beefy things.
Exactly, yeah.
I love the work that you did with Gunther and with Ivar. So much fun. For you, what are some of the goals that you have right now within WWE that you're just like, I can't wait for these things to come true?
Yeah, and for me, it's becoming I've become a fixture of Monday nights. You pretty much see me most Mondays. Now I want to be a fixture on the PLEs. You know what I mean? I want to be in feature matches, singles matches on, Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, SummerSlam, all these things. And potentially, hopefully, 2024, Bronson sees gold. That's what I want.
Hell yeah. So you mentioned earlier, somebody that a lot of people are talking about, and that is Okada.
Yes.
Ooh, boy. Okada in WWE being a possibility.
I know, right?
Does that, can you even comprehend that? Like, oh my God.
No, something for me, when I was able to work with Okada in New Japan Pro Wrestling, I heard so much about Kazuchika Okada and how great he was. And you always hear these things, but until you're in the ring with someone, you don't actually realize. And when I was in the ring with him both times, I was like, okay, he is definitely, bar none, one of the best in the world. And I never thought I'd see the side of him leaving a New Japan Pro Wrestling ring. What the future holds for him, I'm not too sure, but I would personally love to see him in WWE and also have that rubber match with him. Because at the moment, I've beaten him once, he's beaten me once. We have to have that third match.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, when I think about that, I'm just like, this is so crazy. The world of professional wrestling is just so freaking crazy. Exactly. All right, so there's a question I want to ask you in regards to, you're talking about your time in Japan. When we hear all of these stories, right, of how different it is to wrestle in Japan, to wrestle for New Japan. What would you say is the thing that you most took away from your journey in New Japan and are bringing it to what you're doing right now in WWE?
I think for me, so I'd spent time in Japan before for Pro Wrestling Noah for a good 3 years early on in my career. But by the time I was released with WWE and went to New Japan, I sort of had to find myself again. And I think I really did find myself as a singles competitor there in New Japan. And from that, I sort of got a chip on my shoulder coming back to WWE that, hey, I can hang in there with the best in the world. I beat Okada. There's no one in WWE that I can't see myself hanging in there with and potentially beating. So that's what I took away from it, for sure.
Awesome. Well, Bronson, I have one last question for you, and that is WWE Raw to Netflix.
Yes.
Dude, you're gonna be on Netflix. Like,
I know, right?
Isn't that freaking? I mean, Netflix is one of the coolest streaming apps, possibly the coolest. And to say that you're gonna be able to perform on a streaming platform like that, man, what does that mean to you?
It's really cool. You know, I feel like everyone in the world knows what Netflix is. I don't know anyone that doesn't have Netflix, and if you don't, you're definitely going to go get it now in 2025 when Monday Night Raw is on there. So it's going to be a cool time, and now maybe we have to change Netflix and chill to Netflix and big.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All righty, everyone. That was Bronson Reed. We'll catch you guys on the next one.